Well, I said I would keep a little diary. It's strange to go back to work. I haven't worked since October 21st of last year, when this horrible thing happened on the set of this film, and we had the accidental death of our cinematographer, Halyna Hutchins. I even still find that hard to say. The crew of movies are hardworking people. They're very hardworking, on their feet all day, in an unheated building, I might add. The building had no heat. And it was a tricky day to try to get everything done. Many independent films now can be very tricky in terms of getting them done. The amount of work you have and the time you have are definitely not in sync. So I miss my kids. I miss them all. I miss every one of them. I'm so blessed that way. All my kids are so unique.
Alec Baldwin has returned to on-set acting work after the fatal Rust shooting this past fall, in which the cinematographer was shot dead during shooting. And although he is continuing his campaign of vulnerability, this video proves that he has a long way to go for full accountability when it comes to movie crew conditions. Who can forget the harrowing details of Halyna Hutchins' death as the cinematographer of the indie movie Rust, starring Alec Baldwin? This case has taken some really intriguing and tragic twists and turns since it happened, with the on-set armorer, the person who's responsible for all guns and ammunition, claiming that she was set up, and Alec Baldwin, who most agree pulled the trigger of the shot that killed Hutchins, claiming that he was not the one who shot her. It's a tragic, egregious story of a movie set cutting corners on costs and the fateful effects that that can have. Just that day, professional crew members walked off set to protest the terrible conditions they were subjected to. Of course, Baldwin as an actor isn't liable for the shooting when there are multiple levels of safety that should have stopped something like this from happening. But as a producer on the project, he could, and in my opinion, absolutely should, be liable. So for me, it's strange to see him back at work seemingly very quickly. It looks like he's taking some sort of accountability and being transparent about his doubts going back to work. Or is he just playing the vulnerable father role to garner public sympathy? After all, the Rust lawsuits are just getting started. And if I were him, I'd take more than a few months off to reflect. Because again, he was not just the star of Rust, but a producer, which means his role in the eventual death could have huge criminal implications. He says in this video that the crew of movies are hardworking people, on their feet all day, and he says in an unheated building. He went on, the building had no heat, and it was a tricky day to try and get everything done. This sentence, whether he knows what he's saying or not, enrages me. The Rust shooting happened because crew members were not treated fairly in a production you produced. And here you are giving them compliments for dealing with conditions they absolutely should not have to deal with. It's great that you're acknowledging this, but what has changed? How about you don't compliment them, but give them actual support? You, as Alec Baldwin, could make sure the building they're in is heated. That's the power that celebrity has. It's ridiculous and infuriating that he's doing everything he can to avoid real accountability here, because it seems as if nothing is changing. Alex needs to stop the public shame game and actually stand up and fight for crew members so that they too don't experience what happened on the Rust set, and no one does ever again. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.